One of the things that is not covered enough, and whenever I get the microphone on this show, I like to talk about it, is the Supreme Court and how important it is when talking about the presidential election. It's early in the season, but you hear every single one of the candidates talking about who they idolize when asked in these Republican forums as Supreme Court justices. They all say the same people. They say Scalia and Roberts, and they say Alito, and they occasionally will even say Clarence Thomas, if you can believe it. But what we have to remember here, as you know, if you have any qualms about voting for President Obama in 10 months from now, you should think about how important it is that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 79 years old, or she will be at the next election. Dahlia Lithwick, who we've had on the show before, wrote for the Washington Monthly a great piece, and it's a piece that sort of reiterates, but in better iteration, what I say all the time, which is that if you need a tiebreaker, if you need to find a reason to vote for President Obama, despite the fact that you are so frustrated with him, the fact that Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 79 years old at the next election should be that reason. We have a balance in the court right now which can tilt the other way with a Republican president, and perhaps even tilt even further. It could go to 6-3 if Anthony Kennedy were to retire under a Republican president. A 2008 study by Richard Posner, a federal appeals court judge, and William Landis, a law professor at the University of Chicago, examined the voting records of 70 years of Supreme Court justices in order to rank the 43 justices who have served on the court since 1937. They concluded that 4 of the 5 most conservative justices to serve on the Supreme Court since 1937 sit there today. Justice Clarence Thomas ranks first. So if you look at any other issue in this campaign as being important, if you care about the social fabric of America, if you care about the social justice in America that is not happening on the bench right now, you will use that as the determining factor as to who you vote for. The replacement, Lithwick continues, the replacement of moderate Sandra Day O'Connor with Samuel Alito may have produced the most consequential shift at the court in our lifetime. So in a few short years, O'Connor's pragmatic legal doctrine in areas ranging from abortion to affirmative action to campaign finance reform has been displaced by rulings that would make Edwin Meese's heart sing. You'll remember Edwin Meese was the Attorney General under Ronald Reagan, and he wanted a court of 9 conservative constitutional originalists. That's what Meese wanted. Well, you know, we're talking about the campaign right now. We're talking about how distasteful it is to see these super PAC ads, how they're ripping apart the candidates, which we might enjoy watching, but it's going to come back to haunt us too. If we're every bit of pleasure we're getting seeing Newt Gingrich and Sheldon Adelson's money go after Mitt Romney, although they're not really doing it together. It's Sheldon Adelson acting independently. Every bit of joy we're getting about that's going to come back to haunt us. These super PAC ads, as you know, allowed by the Citizens United case, are destroying the way we elect our president. They're destroying American politics. If you want systemic change in Washington, then you want to get rid of the import of money in politics. Well, that is one of the things that was undone by Sandra Day O'Connor. Remember, Sandra Day O'Connor was appointed by Ronald Reagan. She is a Republican. She was a Republican-appointed justice, but she wasn't good enough. So they brought in Samuel Alito when she retired, and Samuel Alito has made sure that Citizens United, that corporations are just like people, and that means that Mitt Romney can have his day. At a Federalist Society meeting in 2008, former President George Bush boasted that he had seated more than 1/3 of the federal judges expected to be serving when he left office, most of them younger and more conservative than their colleagues. And that's the other thing. They all have tenure in life. They're tenured for life on all of the circuits. So, you know, the New York Times said the Bush judges have been more likely than their colleagues to favor corporations over regulators, and also corporations over people alleging discrimination, and to favor government over people who claim rights violations. Also more likely to throw out cases on technical grounds. And the Roberts Court is a jurisprudence that skews pro-business, pro-life, anti-environment, and toward entangling the church with state. If this is what you want in America, then you have a ton of people to vote for. If you have any reason at all to vote for a Democrat, to support this president, look at how old Ruth Bader Ginsburg is. You're affecting so much by replacing her on the court.